Hey everyone, today I want to talk about not being your own worst critic. I think everyone has heard that saying before, and I am a prime example of it. Sometimes it's not other people or things that tears us down, it can be, ourselves. And I want to talk about it because recently, I do this all the time, but recently I really started to do it, and like I was feeling depressed and upset and negative about everything because I'm not where I want to be in life. I haven't accomplished what I wanted to accomplish yet, so I just started to get really down on myself. And luckily, I have my family, and they always encourage me when I forget to encourage myself. I've always had a timeline and a plan for what I was going to do next and what I want to have done by a certain age and all that stuff. And to see those things not unfold, it was kind of like, it was an eye opener, and it was just like, I must not be doing something right. I started to get really down on myself and just thinking about the negatives and not seeing the brighter side to anything. And sometimes it is hard to think positively, but like I said, I'm glad that I have like others that encourage me. And a couple weeks ago, well, like a week ago, my dad preached this sermon. I forgot what the title was called, but it was basically saying to me that God hasn't forgotten about me or anything. And it's like you can see examples of how he's helped other people, and you have to look back at your past to see how he's helped you. And sometimes I have to remember to think about how far I've come in order for me to realize that God is not done with me yet. He's not just going to forget about me or anything. He hasn't done that before, and I can see that he's blessed other people as well. So he's not going to forget about me, and he's not going to forget about you either. So I'm just going to give you a few examples of what I have to remind myself when I start feeling down and like I haven't accomplished what I wanted to accomplish yet. For example, when I was a little girl, I was sick at one point, wasn't able to walk or anything like that. I would like scream whenever I looked at my legs. And when I was healed from that, and when I got older, I went on to run track. I danced, praise dance. I did cheerleading. I did soccer. So that's my testimony, showing how at one point it hurt for me to even walk, and I wasn't able to me doing all of these other things. Another example is that I have eczema. One place that I have it is on my hands, and in the past, sometimes it really hurt for me to, just pick up a pencil and draw. My skin would be all like cracked up or bleeding or something. And even though I still have eczema, it has gotten a lot better. I haven't had it flare up on my hands yet. And that's a blessing because it's like I'm still able to do what I love to do. I can draw, I can design, I'm able to sew. And at one point, it was kind of painful for me to, hold a pencil, and it was on my right hand. So like it was just a very uncomfortable situation, but I thank God for it not being, completely awful to the point where I couldn't do anything with my hands, because that'd be terrible. And my last example is that I told you guys when I was in college, like sewing did not come easy for me. I would have a hard time sometimes, and I would always compare myself to my peers and my friends because it was like I was watching everyone else getting it and getting better grades, and I wasn't used to getting like such low grades, and being told that my designs are boring and I'm not going to be successful in the industry. Those were very hurtful things to hear. And I was just thinking to myself like, wow, I must really suck or something. And little did I know, by the time senior year rolled around, I ended up winning Designer of the Year along with some other awards. And that was crazy to me because I was like, wow, I was not expecting to get that. But that goes to show how far I've come and how far God has brought me. And I have to remember that, sometimes we have to go through some things in order to grow and in order to receive our blessings and to be grateful for what we have. So I just have to think about how far I've come sometimes to remember, I still have a way to go and that God has not forgotten about me. And I understand that sometimes it's like hard to think positively. I get that it's like you just think about the negative things, but you got to stop doing that to yourself. You got to stop beating yourself up, stop getting down, surround yourself with people that are going to encourage you. Like I said too, if you want to listen to like motivational songs or whatever, just whatever that reminds you that you're great and things get better. I love Pink. I like her music, and her one song, Perfect, love it. There's this line that she says, change the voices in your head, make them like you instead. Like, that is such a powerful thing to say, because it's like we can think to ourselves like, I'm not good enough, like I suck, I'm a loser, I'm awful, things are not going to get better. But you're in control of your own thoughts. Just change them around, think positively, like. And I hope you're not like, man, I'm not listening to this, or nah, things aren't going to get better for me. Because, sometimes I have that attitude too sometimes, but I'm just like, don't choose to be that way. Like, choose to think about positive things, think about better things, because you're going to make yourself miserable being negative all the time. And believe me, I know it's hard, but it's just like you gotta think about, like I said, those examples I gave, you gotta think about how far you've come and look at how other people have been delivered from things too, and that your breakthrough is coming as well. One more thing I'm going to mention is that I went out of town not too long ago. I took a flight. I hate flying by myself, and this time it was raining, so fun. And as I was taking off, like the sky was gray, there were clouds and all of that, just a rainy, nasty day, cold outside. And as the plane went through the clouds, the sun was out. It was, bright blue skies, beyond the clouds. And it was very philosophical. I think too hard about things sometimes. And it just goes to show that, we're here on earth and we have this perception that when we're going through a storm or whatever, we just see, the ugly in it. We see like, we just see the storm. You forget that the sun is on the other side. The clouds will soon fade away, and then that brighter day is going to come again. After the storm comes a rainbow, comes the sun. The storm is just temporary, and that at the end of the day, the sun is still there. Even though you can't see it, it is always still there. Or the moon, if it's nighttime, that's still a beautiful, bright thing. So, it just goes to show that those storms, they're temporary. Like, there's still beauty beyond it, and it's still beautiful, like, right there in it. Through the storm, that beauty is still there. The sun is still there. The moon is still there. God is still there. Sometimes you gotta have the rain, you gotta have it in order to grow, so just think about that. I hope that I am encouraging you. Before I do my videos, I pray, I want to touch at least one person's life. If I can do that, I've done something right. So I hope my words don't go in vain. I hope someone was encouraged through this. You got to stop fighting yourself. You got to love yourself. You got to believe in yourself. You have to think positive thoughts. Just fall in love with who you are, as I say all the time, and just stop beating yourself up about things. Like, things take patience, they take time. I'm still learning that. I'm still growing. It's all about improving. Don't stay there. Like, stop staying there where things are just awful. Like, be like, no, I'm going to get through this. I'm going to grow. Beauty is going to come out of this chaos, So just think about those things. I hope that you guys liked the video. I hope I said something that's going to help you with whatever you're going through. Still remember to separate yourself from like the people or things that might be holding you back. And change your own mind, change your own thoughts, and think positively, and be happy, and have joy, and have peace, have hope, have faith. you know, because that's what keeps us going. I think it's pretty obvious that I'm a Christian, and I'm not trying to force my beliefs on anyone else, but it's God's word that keeps me going. You know, it's Him who puts the support of people in my life, and I thank Him for that. And sometimes I have to refer to not sometimes, all the time, you know, you have to refer to the Bible to be reminded of His word, be reminded that if He brought you through this, He can bring you through that. If He brought so and so from this, He can bring you from that. So, you know, I just got to trust Him, trust His word, pray all the time, and just remember to trust Him. Be encouraged and love yourself. I hope everyone has a Merry Christmas. I hope that you have brighter and beautiful days to come. Subscribe, like, comment, share, tell people about my videos. Really hope you guys enjoyed it. I love you, and I just hope you have a blessed day, have a blessed Christmas, and I'll have another video coming out soon. Love you. Bye.